Hey there guys, what is up? It is Redmercy bringing you a very important video. So, many people have been asking me, how do you record your footage? How do I record footage? How do I send you this footage? How do I do this? How do I do that? And I'm finally making a video to hopefully explain everything that you need to know about this. So, first of all, I'm going to get this out of the way. I record with Fraps. I'm not gonna mention every video. I'm tired of people asking me what you use to record with when I constantly put it, in my YouTube channel description and all that stuff. And lastly, or I don't know how to say it. Basically, I record Fraps. Done, finished. I don't want to hear anything about how do I record, and that's what I used to record. Now, many people ask me, how do I send you footage? Well, there's two different types of footage you can send me for two different series. One is for Redmercy, which is going to be a full footage of an LOL replay file. And then there's going to be the more complicated one, and that's going to be sending me like maybe 30-second clips of something from my LOL Moments series or Top 5 series. So let's get this easier stuff out of the way. How do you send me a full replay for my Redmercy series? Well, the first thing you're going to have to do is download LOL Replay, which is this program right here. And how you do that is you go to Google, you type in LOL Replay, very simple. Go here, website, download. You download it, done, run it, have it in the background while you play League of Legends, and as you have it in the background, it automatically records and saves you a file of that replay. Very straightforward, very easy. And how you find this file is the generic path is going to be Documents, LOL Replay, Replays, and here's all the replays. You take the file, you send it to me, and simple as that. So I'll just quickly show you guys, just in case maybe some people that aren't really computer literate or computer smart, I don't know much about computers, let's put it that way. So you go to blah 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 Redmercy, subject, whatever, and then you attach file, go to library, documents, LOL replay, replays, and then you choose the replay that you want to send me. You send me that replay, put in the information that you need to over here that I asked for you guys to put in the first episode of Redmercy, and you send me the replay. Very simple, very straightforward, nothing difficult at all. So that's how you send me a full replay. Very straightforward. Now for the slightly harder part, how do you send me a 30-second or so clip for my LOL Moments series or the Top 5 series? Now this is going to be a little more difficult, so I really recommend that if you are interested in this part, that you listen up, because it's not as easy as sending me the LOL replay file. Alright, so first things first, you're going to need something called Fraps. To get Fraps, you go Google, whoops, you type in Fraps, go to the website, you go to download. Now this is a free version of Fraps, so if you download this, it's going to only give you the free version, meaning that you can only record 30 seconds maximum of footage before Fraps will automatically shut off the recording feature of it, and basically you have to press the record button again to start recording. And at the same time, it's going to have a really annoying watermark at the top of the video saying fraps.com. So this is not something I recommend you guys use, because it's not that good. It makes it difficult to record, and all in all, it's not that good. You can always definitely buy Fraps, $37 if you wish. Now there are ways to get it free, but that's up to you to find out how. So after you finally somehow downloaded Fraps, you open it up, and then the only part you're going to really care much about is the movies section. So now I have the movies, or my folder that I'm going to record all my files saved to my D drive. Now people always ask me, how do you record files that are so smooth? How do you record without any FPS drops? How do I do this? How do I do that? It's not exactly the easiest thing to understand, but what I did is I partitioned my drive. Now, what this means is, initially when I had my computer, I only had a C drive, and this C drive had roughly 1 terabyte of space. Now 1 terabyte is about 1,000 gigabytes. So now, as you can see, it only has 726 max gigabytes, but then I have a second one now that has about 200. This is called partitioning. I took about 200 gigabytes from this drive, and I made a separate drive called the D drive, and this is where I record all my Fraps footage too. The reason I do this is because all of my programs, everything basically runs off of the C drive. My operating system boots off of the C drive as well. Now this, all in all, can contribute, as a whole, to greatly reducing your CPU performance when you start recording with Fraps, because as you know, Fraps has, it's really heavy on your computer, it's really heavy on your CPU, and it requires a lot to record, great footage. Which is why I record to a separate drive, because this makes it a lot faster, since this drive has nothing to do with this drive, and it has nothing, no other programs on it, nothing, no operating systems to boot off of, nothing. It's a completely separate drive, meaning it increases the speed by a pretty good amount, and it allows me to record great footage, great speed, overall what I need at the moment. Now, that's how you do this to partition the drive. If you want to learn how to do it, simply Google it. I'm sure there's instructions somewhere. I don't exactly want to go through it, but that's that. And I don't think you guys will need it, because the only reason I do this is because I record full games live. So I can't, record and talk to you guys while playing a game live and have any lag. That it wouldn't make sense. It'd just make it a lot more difficult for me to play the game. And all in all, it's not exactly something I want, which is why I did this. But since you guys are probably only going to be using LOL replay, so it's not even going to be live play, and since it's only going to be like 30 seconds of replay, you guys don't exactly need this. This is something people usually do if they're recording full games and they're recording them live, perhaps. So that's done. So you have the drive, whatever, you do what you need to do, and then you have Fraps. So this is you can choose where you want the files to save to. I have them for the D drive. My video capture hotkey is F9, so this is the key I press to start and stop the recording. For the sound capture settings, you have the record Win7 sound activated with stereo. This is the record external output. This is from my mic, basically to talk, so that Fraps will capture my whenever I talk from my mic. Here you have nothing checked, and then here's the most important part: FPS. Now FPS, I leave it at 30. It's basically the average one. If you can have it higher, it's it's good. The reason you want it higher is because it'll help when you edit the video. Now, the human eye can only see roughly 29.97 FPS, so anything higher than that, it really won't change much in terms of the way we are going to see it, because anything higher than this FPS isn't going to be anything different. For example, seeing something at 29.97 FPS and seeing something at 60 FPS, to us, will be the exact same thing, basically, because we cannot see higher than this. But the reason you might want to have it higher, like maybe around 60, is for the editing part. If maybe anything during your recording session, if any FPS dropped, you're gonna have a lot more FPS to basically work off of. So if maybe 1 or 2 frames decide to drop during a certain part, you're gonna have a lot of more backup frames. So it basically makes it a lot more safer, but it also makes it a bit more heavy on your CPU. Now, if you know what CPU means, it means central processing unit. It's like that little. It's kind of a little chip in your computer that's it's basically manages the performance of your computer. It's one of many things that helps with better performance of better computers, better speed, all that stuff. But I'm not going to go into that. And then there's also full size and half size. You want to have it at full size. Now the files are going to be huge when you have it at full size, but the quality is going to be very sexy. However, if you have it at half size, files smaller sizes, but it's going to be at the same time a lot worse quality. So full size is what I use. It's what you want to use if you want to have good quality. So the way you're going to record it is you're going to open the replay, you're going to find the whatever 30 seconds you want to record, and you're going to press the F9 button. Now I'm not going to record right now because it'll cancel the other recorder I'm using at the moment, but I did already record some footage. If you go here, this right here, now this is the footage. Like if I'll play it right now, you'll see it. See, I'm already talking this, but as you see up there, it's yellow, and then when you press the record button, it'll turn red, the text at the top. And what that text at the top means is it's the FPS of that's currently running on the software that you're running. So the higher the better, obviously. Usually when it's yellow, it's going to have higher FPS. That's usually telling you the current FPS is running. When it goes red, that's usually the FPS is going to be running while you're recording. So basically whatever FPS you set it to here is usually what it'll show it when you're running it while recording. So it is usually going to drop because you are recording. It is, that's when it starts using your CPU a lot more, and that's when it's basically becoming a lot more intensified. So it will drop, so don't get scared if it drops. But if it drops anything below roughly 27, 28, then you're going to have a little choppy, choppy footage. So you don't want that. You want to have it roughly around 30, and you don't want it to drop lower than that if possible. So that's how you record it. So after you finally record it, you have the footage. This is where I have it. For example, you need an editing software. Editing software I use is Sony Vegas Movie Studio HD Platinum 10. Now you can buy this or you can get it for free, your choice. But again, I'm not going to go through the details on how to get it for free because once again, it is not allowed. So you drag it in, blah, 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 you can create a new bin. So you have this, you go to import, you find the file, you double click on it, and then it'll appear right here. Now let's say this footage right here I have is roughly 40 seconds long. And let's say I don't want all 40 seconds. Let's say I accidentally maybe record too much. So what you do is you drag it to this little window here. And then what you do is you take these yellow marks that you're going to see on the side. And what you do is you drag them. So let's say I want to record, I want the footage that's between 10 and 20 seconds. So I take the first yellow mark with the scroller thing over here that basically, shows what time you are on the video. You drag it to 10. Take the other one, drag it to roughly 20. And let's say this is the footage I want. This is the stuff I want to see. So you double click on here, the little shaded part, and then you click on the blue part, drag it, and then there's that footage. There's that little. This footage right here is this little blue part that I just highlighted over here. This is not the whole video, just this blue part. So you have that. This is the footage I want. Now this screen is the stuff that that you're going to be seeing on the file I just dragged over here, and this screen is going to be the screen that you're going to see once the video is rendered. So after you do this, you want to press this button called Advanced Pan/Crop, and it's going to open this window. Usually you want to maintain aspect ratio and you want to turn it off or set it to no. What this does is it stretches the video so you don't see those black bars on the side or maybe the top, depending on your resolution. But usually I'm guessing the resolution for me, for example, because of my monitor, is 16:9, which is basically 720p. So it's wide definition. It's stretched. It's how I it's how my screen is. It's my monitor. It depends on your monitor usually. No, I don't know what I just did there, but okay. So you have the footage, and now you want to render it. Now this is a lot of people have been asking me, what are my render settings? How do I make my videos look so nice? Now I can make them look even nicer than they are. I can make it like at the moment I only have 720p. I can make it 1080p, but the file sizes becomes a lot bigger, and there's not huge difference between 720 and 1080. So I just leave it at 720, and so you highlight it. Make sure you highlight it. You have to highlight the part you want to what's it called, render. So you take it, you highlight it, you go to project, you go to render as, and then here you choose the section you want to render it to. Doesn't matter, whatever, libraries, let's say videos. Let's say I want to render it here. Type in the file name. You can save it as many different things. I usually just leave it like this, and you have the template, which is the section where you have all your settings and how it's going to render. Now I use this template I named 720p. Now I'll show you the details of it. So here you have the width 1280 by 720, so that's 720p resolution. For a profile you have as baseline. Frame rate I leave it at 30. You can put it higher if you wish. Pixel aspect ratio I leave at 1.0. Number of reference frames I leave at 1. Now for the vibrate bitrate, I leave this for the maximum BPS at 10 million, and I leave the average for BPS at 4 million. Then you go to audio. You obviously have to check, include audio, and then you click for the hertz, 48,000. That's what I have it. And then BPS for the bitrate, you have it as 128,000. That's what I have it at. You can also, obviously the higher this is, the better the quality of the sound, but at the same time, the more bigger the file size is going to be. And then you go to project, and you have it as best. That's what I put it. I put it best. You click OK, and you can make the name whatever you want. So back here, at the template at the top, you click the name, type it in whatever you want it to be, and that's your template. And then you basically render it as this. You just click save, and then it'll start rendering with those settings. And that's why I do it for all my videos. And once it's done rendering, you have the file. And what you simply do is you take that file and you send it to me like I showed you with LOL replay already. If you wish. Now that might take a while because the file may be a little too big. So what I recommend is you use Dropbox. Now if you don't know what Dropbox is, you simply go to Google again, you type in Dropbox. This is a software that you can use to basically share files with people through the internet in a sense. It's a great program, it's a great thing to do. So you go to Dropbox, blah blah blah, you download it. This is my page right now. So what you do is simply, once you have it finished, you go here, double click on Dropbox, you go to public. Everyone's gonna have this. You're not gonna have this folder, but you're gonna have these two most likely, I think. Can't remember anymore how it initially starts off, but I do know you're gonna have the public folder there, when you initially download Dropbox. So what you do is you double click on that. I don't know why I have that. I don't know what that is. You double click on that, and then here's your public file. What you simply do is you take your file, for example, like this. You drag it here. Now, as you can see, it has an X there. That means it's not ready yet. There's still basically processing is still syncing with the Dropbox. Now, once this X turns into a green check mark, that means it's ready to go. And see, if you look closely here, you can see, for example, here it has a green check mark box over here, or here, or here. And then if you look at this folder, it has a kind of a blue arrow thing, kind of like the refresh button. This means that it is still syncing, and the file's not ready. The files inside this folder aren't ready yet. They're still syncing, as you can see the blue the double arrow thing. So you have to wait for that to become a green checkbox. And once it is, it means the file is ready. And what you do is you right click, you go to the Dropbox, copy public link, and then you go to the email section again. Very simple, compose, blah blah, send it to me, subject, and then you copy the link, and that's the link. Now make sure that you don't delete the file from your Dropbox before I download it. Once I download it, then I usually am going to download it a second I see your email. So once I do download it, then you can remove it from your Dropbox file if you wish. Usually just give me a week. So you put it in, give me a week, and then in a week you could probably just delete it if you wish. And because I most likely have downloaded the file by then. And that's pretty much it. And so that's how you send me files, the short files, maybe 30-second clips to me. So I think that's all I needed to say about this, and in terms of how to record and how to send me files. Now again, it's not the easiest process, but it is something worth knowing. So again, if you guys have any questions, post them in the comments. I'll try to answer any questions that are actual legitimate questions, not something I covered in the video. Maybe something I forgot to cover and there's a question asking about it, I'll definitely respond to it. If it's a question that I covered in the video, I'm obviously going to ignore it. And I really hope this helped you out in learning how to send me replays and how to do all this kind of stuff. And we'll see you guys for the next video. Peace.